Well, hi YouTubers, trailer dropped this morning for Spiderman Homecoming starring Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. and it's kind of like set after Captain America Civil War, I believe. And okay, I actually am a fan of Spider-Man. I used to watch the animated show back in the 90s with David Christopher Barnes, who was also the voice of Prince Eric in The Little Mermaid, and to me he made a fantastic Peter Parker. He captured what it was like to be a teenager with these powers. So I absolutely adored that, and absolutely adored Mary Jane in that, even though I had a weird ending with Stanley. So I was looking forward to Spider-Man. I love the Tobey Maguire films on a level. One thing I don't like about the Tobey Maguire films is I started to hate Mary Jane Watson because I thought she was like, especially by the third film. This is a woman who dumped a guy at the altar, and who, perfectly nice guy, pretty much treated him like crap, expecting no fallout from that, it appeared. And essentially because Peter's very, very busy being Spider-Man, it gives her the excuse, because he's so busy all the time, to cheat on her with the amnesiac Harry. No, just no. And she has a habit of getting kidnapped quite a bit. So I wasn't happy with that. The Andrew Garfield films, they were trying to put way too much into them. You had Peter and his mystery of his father. You had the Vulture coming in. There was too much going on, and I just thought it was a little bit brilliantly done in a way, but also kind of low. And then obviously Tom Holland was introduced in Captain America Civil War, and I thought he did a great job capturing Peter Parker. He captured the fanboy aspects of it pretty good. However, one thing I didn't like is when you sit there you think, hold on, Iron Man was so desperate, or Tony Stark was so desperate, he recruited a teenage boy, whacked him in the field against the Avengers. Of course he's going to get his frigging ass handed to him. He's never done that before. He hasn't got the experience to cope with that kind of battle. And I'm thinking, you threw a pretty much a child soldier into this. How dare you? You kind of tapped into his, the fact he's a fan of these guys, who obviously he will jump at the chance. But, I mean, I give Stark his dues. When it got too much and he was knocked unconscious, he sent him home. But the fact is, he put him in that position in the first place, I was slightly uncomfortable with. Even though, okay, they're superheroes, when you see a teenage boy having the shit kicked out of him, I was like, I don't like watching this. I felt a little bit uncomfortable. And now he gets his own film. So kudos to Tom Holland, and let's see what this film brings. And one thing I'm going to say right now, I do not want Uncle Ben. By the third Tobey Maguire version, I got sick of Uncle Ben. It was okay in the first film, okay, with his fortune cookie wisdom, with great power comes great responsibility. But the third film, okay, it was pretty much there. It wasn't like a little flashback. It was like, my God, do you have like bigger screen play than Aunt May right now? It got ridiculous. Oh, Peter, you got to put her first. I know probably on Peter's head, but it was a little bit, oh, for God's sake, didn't you ever shut up? Played by Martin Sheen, I do believe, in the Andrew Garfields, it was a little bit, oh, for God's sake, don't do that message. So I'm hoping there is no Uncle Ben mention, okay? If it is mentioned, it's fleeting. I don't want to see Uncle Ben. I don't want to see a goddamn flashback. We know this story, okay? And also, I absolutely adore the fact that Marissa Tomei is Aunt May, because having her closer in age makes a little bit more sense. And she's gorgeous. So here you go. To quote Tony Stark, Aunt Hottie. So now actually watch this trailer, Homecoming.
What's up, guys? Wait a minute. You guys aren't the real Avengers. I can tell Hulk gives it away. Oh, that was awesome. Does Liz get no top?
No, you've seen that before. Never with that skirt.
Should probably stop staring before it gets creepy, though.
Too late. You guys are losers.
So, to become an Avenger, are there, like, trials or an interview?
Just don't do anything I would do. And definitely don't do anything I wouldn't do. There's a little gray area in there, and that's where you operate.
Oh, alright.
That's not a hug. I'm just grabbing the door for you. All right, kid. Good luck out there.
That was a hug. That was a hug.
Listen, I know school sucks.
Peter, you still with us? Yeah.
I know you want to save the world, but
Oh, the Vulture.
Forget the flying monster guy. There are people who handle this sort of thing.
I'm just sick of him treating me like a kid all the time.
But you are a kid.
This is my chance to prove myself.
Peter, what is going on with you?
I'm really sorry. I'm so busy. I'm slammed.
Don't mess with me. Because I will kill you and everybody you love.
Seventh for the 7th. Okay, let me just shut that down. Now, few things I am going to point out. The secondly, the Vulture is now, it's played by Michael Keaton. Now, Michael Keaton probably understands playing a comic book superhero than anyone else on the planet because he was the original Batman. Batman, Tim Burton's 1989 films. He was it for Batman and Batman Returns. So he understands the mentality and he looks great. I like the idea of the aging Vulture stepping into the role, and also he played Birdman too, which I actually seen. So I'm going to give it the fact the Vulture is played by Michael Keaton because he can get that mentality quite well playing a superhero. So kudos to Michael Keaton. I do like the fact that Tony Stark, after maybe the Avengers, after he kind of screwed up a little bit regarding him, wants him to take it slow. I feel like he's stepping into that kind of parental responsibility, or trying to step into a parental responsibility. And obviously he's not going to get it right. Because Tony Stark is the least lucky person in the world, be a parental responsibility. However, this film is also going to see Tony Stark without the Avengers. It's going to see him pretty much on his own since the Avengers left him. Which I thought was quite sad. Now, I like the kind of juxtaposition that Tony is, at his core, is a very lonely person. So he's trying to recruit this teenager to keep an eye on him, but also maybe to kind of replace the family he felt that he lost after Civil War. So the look of this film looks amazing. One thing I loved about the Spider-Man films, now I actually have you can tell when you watch the original Spider-Man films how New York was affected after 9/11. I like the fact that in Spider-Man, New York is part of it. New York is basically a character amongst itself. So I like that. Also, stuff set in Washington DC. I'm not sure how that will bring about, but I like the fact that Spider-Man wants to prove himself, to prove that he can prove himself. However, Tony doesn't want him to. Which, for Tony to step up and take some responsibility, I think is a bloody good thing to do. So Tom Holland looks like a typical now 21st century Peter Parker. So, and I obviously can't compare one to the other. So, but I look forward to seeing this film. It looks good. Hopefully not as angsty as Spider-Man films are known to be sometimes. Especially the Andrew Garfield second one. And a lot of the Tobey Maguires. And I like the fact that he is kind of coming more into his powers. He's getting the confidence that he needs. One thing about Spider-Man is, the way I always read it, is that he used these sarcastic remarks under the mask to hide the fact that he's bloody insecure about what he's doing. Their way of kind of motivating himself. So, and hopefully we'll see way more Marissa Tomei because she's hot. So, I am going to give this trailer a good star, and hey, let's wait for a second trailer, and when the film comes out, I will do a review then. So, thanks for watching YouTubers, and take care, sign off. Bye now.